Every time his fingers slid down her arm, her teeth gritted harder. He may have thought her goosebumps were from pleasure, but the chills were physical proof of her disgust. There were a lot of parts to being Malcolm's possession that Scarlett Graham didn't like. Entertaining his potential partners and competitors was one. Still, Scarlett would gladly choose to work for Malcolm and be his sex slave if it meant she never had to go back to her ex-husband. It was that thought, and that thought alone, that had Scarlett closing her eyes and forcing a smile. He moaned behind her, stepping close enough for her to feel his bulge against her. "You smell so good." Breath heavy, Brick whispered into her ear. "I'm so glad Malcolm decided to share you tonight." Casually, Scarlett turned in his direction. Taking a step back, she swayed softly from the impact of her calf muscles hitting the bed. She was unsure if following him upstairs to his suite after dinner was a good idea, but Malcolm had given her clear instructions. Do not come back home without Brick's agreement to their deal. "It was my pleasure," she lied, smiling softly. "Thank you for getting me out of the house for the evening." Scarlett paused, inhaling a sharp breath as he closed the space between them. "Was I able to say anything to convince you to partner with us?" Brick's head shook softly as he chuckled. His trip to Malcolm's underground brothel, bar, and casino was unexpected. Had Malcolm been aware of Brick's identity, he wouldn't have allowed him entrance. There were far too many illegal activities going on a daily basis for anyone working within a law enforcement to slip inside. Usually, Malcolm had a better handle on who entered his compound, and he was convinced someone on the inside had set this up. Whether that was the case or not, Malcolm knew bringing Brick into the fold would be his best option. He may not have wanted to cut Brick in on his profit, but if that was the only way to keep the detective from trying to shut him down, so be it. The conversation between the men didn't go as smoothly as Malcolm desired, which was why he asked Scarlett to join Brick for dinner. It wouldn't be the first time he tried to use her feminine influence to his advantage, and Scarlett was sure it wouldn't be the last. "Not quite. I don't think there's anything you can say to get me to agree to accept 10% of Malcolm's profit in exchange for my silence." His eyes lifted to the ceiling as he paused briefly. "There is, however, something you can do." With darkened eyes, Brick smiled as he lowered his lips to hers. Turning to the side, Scarlett gave him her cheek.